The greatest threat after a zombie plague isn't lingering infection, it's the memory of what we became. Society didn't just rebuild, it wrestled with its own reflection, distorted by the violence and desperation of the collapse. We secured a cure, a partial victory, reversing only early-stage infections. Most infected persons died violently. The current risk is rare, a rabies-like echo of the past, yet the scars run deeper than any bite mark. This isn't about resource scarcity anymore, it's about the brutal calculus of human nature in extremis. Our single point of failure was never the virus itself, but the inherent fracture lines within human trust and cooperation. When the world buckled, the thin veneer of civility evaporated, revealing a brutal, self-preserving instinct. The cure, a triumph of biopharmaceutical science, arrived too late for an estimated 85% of global infections. It stemmed the tide, but couldn't erase the collective trauma. Now, in the aftermath, this societal memory weaponizes every residual risk. Consider medicine. Every suspected zombie bite is met with immediate aggressive wound wash, followed by a standardized post-exposure prophylaxis kit, broad-spectrum antivirals, neuroblockers, and a course of potent antibiotics. This is treat first, bill never, a direct response to the initial panic where access determined survival. Maintaining the vaccine cold chain is paramount, a constant logistical ballet. But the real challenge isn't the physical infrastructure, it's the public's willingness to trust a system that failed so spectacularly before. What happens when a rare rabies-like incident occurs in a remote, unserved area, sparking old fears and eroding that fragile trust? How do you heal a society that remembers its own cannibalism? Law grapples with historical atrocities. Amnesty is granted for actions committed under confirmed clinical infection, a necessary evil to prevent perpetual vendettas. A centralized restitution fund exists for victims, an impossible task of assigning value to lost lives and shattered communities. Privacy by default is enforced for cured individuals. Their medical history, their transition remains sacred. Yet, new bite incidents are prosecuted based on intent, not stigma. This legal framework is designed to rebuild social cohesion, but it constantly battles the ingrained human tendency for vengeance and fear. Every acquittal, every claim for restitution drags a fresh wave of painful memories into the public consciousness. This isn't just about justice, it's about managing a societal grief that manifests as a legal quagmire. Urban planning reflects this human-centric trauma. Territory is classified into green, amber, and red zones. Green zones are fully repopulated, stable. Amber zones, areas of former high infection density, are under routine drone sweeps and ranger patrols, monitored for residual environmental contamination and latent vectors. Red zones are permanent exclusion zones, memorials to the insurmountable losses, areas where the decay itself serves as a warning. Pragmatic, resigned, truthful. Consolidation of services where repopulation is viable is a pragmatic move, but it also means abandoning vast swathes of human history, a constant physical reminder of what was lost. The map of our recovery is a map of our collective trauma, etched in concrete. Memory and trust, this is where the true battle lies. We are closing the identification backlog, giving names to the nameless, a grueling task. Annual metrics on residual cases and PEP usage are published, designed to build confidence through transparency. Brief, non-theatrical drills are run, not to induce panic, but to normalize readiness, embedding protocol into the collective psyche without re-traumatizing the populace. Memorials are built, honoring names and numbers without permanent labels of victim or infected. This is an attempt to cauterize the wound, to move forward. But memory is the true carrier of the plague. It constantly threatens to re-radicalize, to reignite old hatreds, to shatter the fragile peace. The verdict: society moved from panic to protocol. Containment probability stable above 90% for new outbreaks. Long-term viability index recovering, trending cautiously positive. But the cost was catastrophic, a fundamental re-evaluation of human civilization. We traded panic for protocol, yes, but the protocol is a constant reminder of what we almost lost and what we did lose, a collective innocence replaced by a cold, calculating understanding of our own fragility.